Hello everyone, welcome back to English Vera Akio Kominga Life. This is Brandon. This is a follow-up video to show you the extra that I've been able to do as far as cutting grass. I cut the bulk of the grass a few days ago. It's over 5 hours total of cutting. I cut until I run out of fuel. I take a break, I let the trimmer cool down, and then after I feel better, I fill it back up and I start cutting again. The first day I did that was over 5 hours of cutting. The next day, I was planning on going out and cutting early because it's been pretty warm here recently. It's been up to about 88 to 90 degrees during the middle of the day. Overnight, the temperatures are not bad. You can rest in the house with a fan and it's cool enough. I thought I would get up the next day and go out to finish. That way I could rest during the hottest part of the day. But I was so worn out from the day before that I just couldn't do really much of anything. I stayed in bed for about 12 hours. Slept probably 10 of those hours. Later on in the day, when the sun started going down, went out and cut a little more, not much, just a little, and then did a little more raking. I have made it a point each day that when I cut, I rake all the grass and everything up into piles. That way it's easier to go and gather it later on when I'm able to burn. There still hasn't been any rain here, despite strange severe thunderstorm warning notifications that they've given us for the past 2 days. I paused just for a moment because a medium-sized frog just came out and he is brown. I haven't seen a frog like this around here yet, so I wanted to record him. He's been sitting here ever since he jumped out. Can you see him? Yeah, right there in the middle. He's not too shy. He moved a little second ago when I moved that root to that vine. Let's see how close I can get. Hey, buddy. That's a beautiful frog, isn't it? Kind of a light brown, creamish color. Very pretty. Okay, buddy. See you later. Bye-bye. Arigatou. I don't know. I don't know why. There's like this whole area, Hiroshima Prefecture, has like a severe thunderstorm warnings. But as you can see, this is the way it's looked for the past few days. Yesterday, it was a little overcast, but it was definitely far from thunderstorms. And the only thing that would be hindering me, besides the weather, is my health condition. And that's what I kind of wanted to share with you, is that the recovery time it takes when I expend so much energy and effort like I did a few days ago cutting all that grass. It takes a toll that lasts a few days. And although I haven't been strictly fasting these past few days, I've had a few things like some cashews, some eggs, a little bit of milk. It's definitely not fasting, but it has been calorie restrictive in that I've been limiting my sugar and my carbs. So I wouldn't say that I've been replenishing my energy very well. I have been drinking a lot of water though, and I've limited my coffee just a little bit, just to my normal morning cup of coffee. And maybe later on in the afternoon, if I need a little energy, I take some. I'm wanting to yawn right now. I'm tired. But I just wanted to share with you guys how I'm feeling right now. The truth of the matter is that right now I'm still being affected by my anemia. I just feel out of breath and out of energy. For those of you who might and who have suggested that I get some iron supplements or eat this or eat that to get my iron up, it's not about that. That's not the reason I have anemia. My heart is racing. Just give me one moment, please. Bottling my own filtered mountain water has been one of the best ideas I've had so far. Good stuff. If I could bottle this and sell it, I would do that. I don't have iron issues. The issue that I have is with my tumor on my kidney mashing on my arteries and causing several side effects, and anemia is one of those. So getting extra iron into my body isn't going to help me with that. My body is having a hard time replenishing my oxygen. It doesn't help right now that I'm congested. Maybe I'm congested because of all this grass that I'm cutting. I don't know. I have to walk up this little hill, and for those of you who've been here, you probably think it's not very much. It's just a little hill, you know, this little hill right over here, walking up into the field by my house. Yeah, if you're in good shape and healthy, but walking up and down these slopes, especially up them, it's one of the most difficult things that I can do in my health condition right now. And today I have a combination of things to fight with, because not only am I having to cut on a slope right now, but and it's really hot, but the other thing is that I still feel like I haven't been able to get my energy back, all the energy that I spent 3 days ago and then the day after cutting for a little while longer. I've rested a lot, I really have, but just still not there. I really wanted to get all of that stuff cut behind my shed, next to the other old shed, and next to the kura and along my neighbor's property. I wanted to get that completely cut, completely finished, and then go along my back wall again and cut that down, come in front of the wall, cut all this down again, and then finish cutting around the guest house kura. I really wanted all of this grass on my entire property, all the way around, completely cut down as low as possible. That was what I was hoping to do over these last few days. Tomorrow I'm going to treat myself by going to Saijo. I haven't decided. I might go to the onsen and sit there, I don't know, and go see a movie. It's a members day, so I can get a movie ticket for about $8. I'm gonna go see the Mission Impossible movie. Hopefully it's good, and just relax, just rest. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Keep sending your positive vibes. I've got about a little over 2 months before school supposedly starts, and I'm still waiting on the results of my student visa application. I'll let you know whenever I get the results of that. Right now I've only cut once. I've used one full tank today already. I feel completely exhausted. I felt winded as soon as I walked up there, and that's no good. I can't tell if it's because of my calorie restriction right now and the sugar that I'm limiting myself on, or if it's just maybe it's just a combination of all those things. I mean, it's hot and humid, very sunny. I'm having to walk on this hilly surface, and right now I'm cutting on a slope. And of course, the cutting itself is a lot of, I have to carry the trimmer, move it around. Earlier I had to file the blade and sharpen it again, and that can be tiresome. And on top of that, I actually spent about 2 hours, almost 2 hours, trying to get a drone working, but I realized it's got too many issues, and so I'm going to return it. Well, I finally got here. After about a week, almost a week. Today is Thursday, and let's see, the 3rd? Yeah, that's right, Thursday, August 3rd, 2023. Last
started working on this Sunday, I think, or Saturday. Evelyn came to visit for a couple of days, and then after I dropped her off at the train station, I went ahead and started on this. But like you learned in my long video, my first video where I started cutting, it was very exhausting for me. Today I feel a lot better. It seems that when I'm able to rest properly, schedule my breaks, and using a full tank of fuel and then resting and drinking water and taking my time seems to be a really good idea for me. I just used up a full tank today, and I believe I've got just enough fuel left for one more tank. And based on what I can see right now, that fuel is enough to finish this back area. Let me show you what's left right quick before I tackle it. There's my neighbor's house over there. You wouldn't be able to see that normally, not from here, unless you wanted to come out into the brush. I wouldn't have advised that. Right here is the corner of the shed. You can barely see it right there, right? Right through here. And the wall is right there. And if you walk around it this way, you go back down to the ramp to the house. And then of course I got this cut all the way over to my neighbor's fence. It appears that they planted some decorative bushes here. I guess the family that owned this before, they planted a row of these little trees. There's 1, 2, 3, and here there's a 4th and a 5th one. I can't tell if there's a 6th one or not until I get it cut through there. But I was able to get everything cut along this fence all the way down to right here, and I found there's a culvert right there. You can see that right there, and it's leaking into a big hole. My guess is that this hole and what appears to be kind of an alley for it over here, from this hole, this culvert, and this hole on that way next to the shed, there appears to be a kind of a water trough where the water's running down, and that goes into a drain that goes to the street, and then down next to where I park my van sometimes. Do you remember the grate that I built, the wooden grate that I built on top of that drain? That's what it connects to. So by getting all of this cleared out over here, this water can drain into there. And it seems that it'd be a good idea for me to get some of the runoff back here. When it starts raining real good, I'll be able to see where the water is running, and maybe even I can reroute that water to my own drain that goes down through here, maybe next to these trees, and all the way down to this drain here. And then it goes straight out to the road and away from my buildings. But just now I got all the way to the shed. There's the back of the shed. So all I have left back here is to finish cutting around this tree. There's a small decorative tree right here, and then there's a large tree right here. And I'm not going to be cutting down either one of those. I'm going to leave them there. There's no reason to cut them down. They're pretty. So I'm going to cut around these trees and cut the rest of this brush right here in front of us. And then when that's done, everything around these sheds and kuras will be finished. And from there, I think the only main thing left is to finish gathering up all that junk and cutting the rest of that stuff around the guest house kura. And from there, I need to go ahead and start cutting the grass again, like the regular grass, because it's been growing up. Luckily, the rain hasn't started. Let's see if you can see the sky right now. It's a pretty sky. Basically, the rain, I'm sure it will come soon, but the good thing is that since it hasn't been raining, it's enabled me to cut a lot more and get a lot more done than I would have been able to otherwise. So that's excellent. Because of that, once I get finished with this metal blade, cutting all this big brush down, I'll be able to go and put on my trimmer line that Hannah and her husband gave me. Hannah and her husband, they dropped me off some new trimmer line, and I'll go put that on the trimmer and just cut the regular grass, and then the whole house will be looking good all the way around, on top of the wall, around the yard, around the kuras. It'll be the first time it's been like this probably in 30 years. But anyway, time for a break, and I'll charge the phone, and then we'll try to get back over here and finish cutting this. Like my sun blocker, I think this is really helping me out. It's blocking the sun on my neck, but I also soaked it in cold water, and so it's just keeping me nice and cool, even though it's hot. But luckily there are a lot of clouds out today. Time for a break, drink some water, replenish myself, get feeling good, check my messages, because I know you guys love me so much. You're always messaging me. Nah, be back in a few. I'll think about whether I want to order a different one or just wait. Maybe it's not time for me to get a drone right now. I don't know. We'll see. Appreciate you following, liking, and subscribing, all those things, of course. And I appreciate your support in any way, shape, or form.
I've got several things to do here, and as soon as I can get this grass cut, I gotta go back over here and find where that water comes in the yard and then start rerouting it. I haven't really been able to do that so much because I bruised my ribs here. They're still sore, but digging is pretty difficult for me right now. Trimming is much easier. I guess it's because just the being able to, the way, the movement of it, I don't know, is much easier than digging, or it requires less force. I'm not sure, but I am feeling a lot better here. Maybe by the time I finish the grass, I'll be able to get back on the digging and reroute this water. Break is over. Time to come back out here and try to cut this last little bit right next to the shed. And then after that, I'll see what else I can cut. So this is our goal right here. Cut all that. I think I'm finished back here as far as the cutting is concerned. Now I just have to get everything into piles, and then when the weather gives me an opportunity, I got a lot of stuff to burn. But right now it's break time. Help me out, tripod. This is the very back. Right along here you see that there's a kind of a boar fence. That's the border
of my property, my neighbor's property, and they've got their flowers and then their driveway around on the other side of that, and then the wall that you can see on the other side. But I just cut down the rest of this. There were two big patches of grass, this one here and this one here. Of course, you saw me just cut those down. So out here, there's nothing now but just dirt. And you can see how it's opened up a lot, right? How do you like that? Kind of level that up a little bit. Yep, right there is pretty level. I like that tree, the way that tree looks right there. It's pretty nice. Of course, it's a beautiful day, so that helps to make it look even nicer. But I like that there's one big kind of tree, grass in my mouth. One kind of big tree right in the middle there. I think it looks good right in the middle. And I've got all of that cleared out. It's kind of hard to tell right now because it's all freshly cut. Big mounds of grass and small trees and vines and roots and all sorts of crap. And I still got to go back with the hand saw that Jake got and cut down some of the bigger stuff. But over on the right side, there are a few bushes, decorative bushes. There appear to be 5 over there, 5 or 6. I'm gonna just trim those up, make them look as good as I can, and not cut them down. No reason to cut them down. Over here, there are a couple of other small trees, and I'll just trim those up and keep them up. But right here, you can see there's a huge amount of junk that has grown up onto the shed. And some of it has already started to die because I've cut some of those vines and roots, but there's still a lot more roots right in here to cut. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right in there, yeah, you can see it right in the middle. Lots and lots of vines there that need to be cut, but before I cut those, I'm going to need to sharpen the blade. I might be able to use the pole saw, but I don't know, it depends which one's faster. It might be faster to just use the pole saw and then pull them down. I'm not going to show me doing all the raking and the piling and all of that stuff. It should be raining soon, I hope within the next few days. That way I can start getting this stuff burned. It's so dry right now, there's just no way I can safely burn anything out here. But what I want to do, and I plan to do, is after I get all this raked up and get it burned, then I want to show it to you so you can see what everything looks like. By that time, I should also have the grass recut on top of the wall and have more of that bamboo cut all the way around to the other side. Everything, that means that everything, 100% of everything on my property will be trimmed and cut. So I'm very happy to finally reach that achievement. It's been difficult, and I've done all of it with either this or some hand tools in my hands, and of course a couple of other people who stopped by to help out and cut some things. Jake has done a lot of help in the past. Recently, Michael even did a little bit of stuff to help me out. Glenn has also done some stuff in the yard to help me out. Even a couple of other people have helped me just a little bit outside. The bulk of this has been me, and it's been good for me. I need the exercise. In my condition, I think that I need to keep moving as best I can. I listen to my gut and I rest when I need to, and then I get busy and I do stuff when I feel like I can. And today I felt energy. I still feel pretty good right now. I mean, I'm tired, I'm sweaty, but I'm very happy with what I was able to get done and the way I feel right now. That's good. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to me share all this with you, share my life, what I'm going through here. Look for the next update. I plan on doing another podcast, and there's a special announcement I have with that podcast. Some very good news, but I'm saving that until next week so I can finish getting all the details, and then I'll share it with you. But for now, that's it. As always, arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you, and jane.